Sigma Mas, what if I told you there's only one type of woman who can crack the code to your unshakable independence? The one woman who makes even the lone wolf pause and take notice. Stick around, because this is about to get interesting. Have you ever met a woman who made you question your solitary lifestyle? A woman so effortlessly magnetic that, for the first time, your Sigma instincts weren't enough to resist her pull. Picture this: a lone wolf, an unstoppable force of independence, walks into a room. The crowd buzzes, but he couldn't care less until his eyes lock onto her. She's different, not loud, not attention-seeking, but there's something about her, a quiet confidence, an aura of mystery that commands respect. And for the first time, he isn't just observing, he's drawn in. Sigmas, you know the drill. No woman can tame you, manipulate you, or fit you into society's mold of what a perfect man should be. But there is one woman, a woman who doesn't even try to control you, who captures your attention like no other. What is it about this woman that makes even a Sigma male take notice? And why is she the only one who can hold his attention? Let's break it down. If you think you're immune to love, attraction, and connection, think again. This isn't your typical alpha versus beta nonsense. This is about a deeper psychological force, a type of woman who doesn't chase, doesn't demand, yet naturally earns a Sigma male's respect and admiration. Watch until the end, because you might just see yourself in a way you never have before. 1. She embodies the art of mystery. Sigmas, you thrive in mystery because mystery fuels your curiosity. You aren't drawn to the obvious, the predictable, or the easily accessible. That's why the only woman who can truly captivate you is the one who mirrors your enigma. She isn't broadcasting her entire life story within the first hour of meeting you. She doesn't flood your phone with constant updates about her every move. Instead, she leaves room for wonder. Her confidence isn't loud, it's effort. She doesn't seek validation because she validates herself. Unlike others who chase attention, she commands it without even trying. She's like a well-written novel, each chapter revealing just enough to keep you turning the pages, but never giving away the entire plot. And the most intriguing part, she's not playing a role. She isn't crafting some elaborate mystery to keep you hooked. She's simply being herself, unapologetically complex, layered, and fascinating. You recognize her because she moves differently from the rest. While others compete for attention, she remains in her own world, selective about who gets to access her depths. This isn't just about romance. It's about respect. A woman like this engages your mind as much as she engages your emotion. She challenges you, not with games, but with her depth. That, my friends, is what makes her irresistible. Because for a Sigma, attraction isn't about appearance. It's about depth, authenticity, and the unspoken connection between two kindred spirits who thrive in the unknown. 2. She respects your space and freedom. Most women crave clarity in relationships. They want labels, boundaries, and a steady stream of attention to feel secure. But this woman, she operates differently. True connection isn't about possession, but about presence. She doesn't need to control the narrative because she's confident in her own worth. She respects your solitude, not as a sign of distance, but as a necessary space for you to thrive. She knows that for you, alone time isn't about escaping her. It's about refueling your mind, recharging your spirit, and returning stronger. Many partners misinterpret silence as neglect, but she sees it as a rhythm, knowing when to engage and when to let you breathe. Her self-assurance makes her magnetic. Unlike those who fear independence as a threat, she embraces it as a strength. She doesn't flood your phone with texts, demand explanations, or make you feel guilty for wanting space. Instead, she meets you with trust, understanding that a relationship isn't about dependency. It's about two whole individuals choosing to walk together. Ironically, it's her ability to give you space that pulls you closer. In a world of constant demands, she is a breath of fresh air, secure, confident, and deeply aware that real love doesn't suffocate, it liberates. And that's the kind of woman who stands apart from the rest. 3. She has her own life, her own purpose. The Sigma male is not interested in playing the role of a knight in shining armor. He doesn't seek a woman who views him as the missing piece to her puzzle. Instead, he's drawn to a woman who is already whole, someone who walks her own path, fueled by purpose, ambition, and inner strength. Why? Because Sigma males thrive on independence, and they respect women who do the same. They aren't looking for a relationship based on dependency or validation. Instead, they want a partnership, two powerful individuals walking side by side, not one dragging the other along. This kind of woman doesn't need constant reassurance or validation from a man. She has her own goals, her own drive, and her own empire to build. She's not waiting for a man to give her direction. She already has a map. This is what captivates a Sigma male. A woman who adds value to her life, not one who depends on him for her sense of worth. A woman like this challenges him. She engages him in deep, meaningful conversations, pushes him to grow, and respects his solitude because she values her own. When two independent souls come together, the connection is based on mutual admiration and strength. The Sigma male doesn't seek to complete a woman. He seeks to complement one. And when he finds her, they don't just build a relationship, they build a legacy. 4. She doesn't play mind games. You've seen it all before. The mind games, the emotional bait, the carefully crafted tests designed to keep you guessing. Most people fall for them, drawn into the web of manipulation like moths to a flame. But not you. You spot the red flags before they even start waving. You recognize the subtle pauses in a text message meant to create suspense, the calculated silence designed to make you chase, and the exaggerated emotions meant to guilt trip you into submission. It doesn't work on you. It never has. And that's what makes her different. She doesn't waste time on smoke and mirrors. No cryptic messages, no jealousy games, no passive-aggressive nonsense. She's direct. If she's interested, she says so. If she has a problem, she addresses it. She respects your intelligence and values your time. And because she doesn't play games, you actually want to play along. Psychologically, people crave authenticity. In a world where deception is the norm, honesty stands out. Studies in human attraction suggest that emotional stability and straightforwardness create deeper connections than manipulation ever could. And for someone like you who thrives on logic, independence, and self-respect, her transparency is magnetic. You don't fall for tricks, you fall for truth. That's why she intrigues you. She's not trying to control the game. She simply refuses to play it. And that makes her the only kind of woman truly worth your time. 5. She matches your intellect and depth. A Sigma male's mind is like a fortress, guarded, selective, and impenetrable to shallow chatter. While others may indulge in trivial gossip or fleeting small talk, you seek conversations that spark curiosity, expand your intellect, and challenge your worldview. You don't just listen, you analyze, dissect, and absorb. And when a woman can match that energy, it's like finding a rare gem in a sea of common stones. The woman who captivates you isn't just attractive, she's intellectually stimulating. She doesn't regurgitate popular opinions. She thinks critically, asks the right questions, and makes you question things you thought you had figured out. A single conversation with her can feel like an adventure, pulling you into new realms of thought, challenging your logic, and even making you reconsider long-held beliefs. Psychologists call this intellectual intimacy, a rare but powerful bond where minds connect on a level beyond surface attraction. It's why you're drawn to women who bring fresh perspectives and who don't fear deep discussions about philosophy, psychology, or the complexities of human nature. A woman who can say something so profound that it lingers in your mind long after she's gone. That's magnetic. For a Sigma male, true attraction isn't just physical. It's cerebral. You crave a partner who can stand toe-to-toe with your intellect, engage in meaningful debates, and leave you walking away from every conversation feeling enriched, not just entertained. 6. She embraces her femininity without losing her strength. A Sigma male is drawn to authenticity, not imitation. Unlike mainstream stereotypes that suggest men admire women who adopt masculine traits to prove their strength, a Sigma male respects a woman who fully embraces her natural femininity. Why? Because he understands that true strength is not about mimicking masculinity, but about owning one's unique energy with confidence. Femininity is not weakness. It's a force of nature. A woman's softness doesn't mean she's fragile. It means she possesses emotional intelligence, deep intuition, and an ability to navigate life with grace. A Sigma male who thrives on independence and depth appreciates a woman who can stand in her own power while still embodying warmth, kindness, and emotional depth. However, it's not just about being nurturing and gentle. A Sigma male is captivated by a woman who is self-sufficient, driven, and capable of making her own decisions. He doesn't want someone who relies on him for direction, but rather a partner who walks alongside him, not behind, not ahead, but beside. It's this balance of strength and grace that keeps him engaged. In a world where gender roles are constantly shifting, the Sigma male values a woman who remains true to herself. She doesn't compete with him, she complements him. And that, more than anything, is what earns his deepest respect and admiration. 7. She values loyalty over social validation. Sigmas, you operate outside the herd mentality. You move with purpose, not popularity. Trends, you see right through them. Social clout, meaningless. The approval of the masses, irrelevant. You've built your life on authenticity, and when it comes to relationships, you expect the same. The woman who captures your heart isn't just attractive. She's rare, she's independent, mentally strong, and immune to outside influence. While others seek validation from likes, followers, or fleeting attention, she remains rooted in her values. She doesn't chase status or approval because she knows her worth. That's what sets her apart. Psychologists call this an internal locus of control. It means she doesn't let the world dictate her happiness, just like you don't. She makes her own choices, trusts her instincts, and stands by you not because she needs to, but because she chooses to. In a world full of distractions and shallow connections, she remains unwavering. This kind of woman isn't impressed by grand displays or social status. She values depth over flash, loyalty over trends, and intelligence over empty charm. She challenges you, understands your need for solitude, and supports your mission without demanding attention. In a world that constantly shifts, your connection remains solid. Because when two people operate outside the herd, they don't get lost in it. Instead, they walk their own path together. And that Sigmas is what makes your love story unlike any other. 8. She is unapologetically herself. Confidence without arrogance. Authenticity without effort. These qualities aren't just admirable, they're magnetic. A woman like this doesn't seek approval because she already knows her worth. She doesn't mold herself to fit trends or expectations. She defines them. When she walks into a room, she doesn't demand attention, yet all eyes are drawn to her. Why? Because she carries herself with an effortless grace that can't be faked. Psychologists call this self-assuredness, a trait linked to high emotional intelligence and inner stability. Unlike superficial confidence, which relies on external validation, true self-assurance comes from within. This woman has faced challenges, grown from them, and emerged stronger, unshaken by opinions or fleeting standards. Now, here's where it gets interesting. Rare men recognize rare women. You, a man who values depth over surface, are drawn to authenticity because you embody it yourself. You don't conform to societal labels, and you don't settle for the ordinary. That's why a woman like her makes sense for you. She won't try to change you, compete with you, or hold you back. Instead, she'll walk beside you, secure in her own identity, complementing yours. So here's the truth. A rare woman doesn't need to be chased. She simply needs to be recognized. And a rare man like you won't settle for anything less. Sigmas, let's be honest. You're not looking for just any woman. You're looking for the exception, the one who doesn't chase, doesn't cling, doesn't play games, yet somehow she stands out in a sea of ordinary. The truth is, she's just as rare as you are. And when two rare souls cross paths, something extraordinary happens. So the next time you meet a woman who carries herself with quiet confidence, who respects your space while owning hers, and who never tries to change you, pay attention, because she might just be the only woman you can't resist. Having said this, if you enjoyed this breakdown of the only woman who can captivate a Sigma male, make sure to like this video, hit that subscribe button, and join our community of unstoppable lone wolves. Because here, we don't follow the crowd. We lead our own path. See you in the next one. Sigma.